your online community for positive change. Seventh Wave Network.
Welcome to Cosmic Kick with your host, Adrian Wentworth. Get ready to have your illusions broken and your consciousness expanded. Now here's Adrian to give you that Cosmic Kick.
Greetings to all of you sincere seekers of truth and light. My name's Adrian Wentworth, and I'm a spiritual healer and teacher. For the past 25 years, I've been helping sincere seekers like yourself get unstuck and move forward in all areas of life. Before I begin discussing today's subject, the missing keys to getting unstuck, I'd like to give you just a brief history of my own spiritual journey, which began with an awakening when I was 22. Our souls are encoded to awaken at certain times. It's as if we have little time capsules within, and a certain date hits, and all of a sudden the soul begins to awaken. And for me, that happened quite young. Now, the signs of awakening are restlessness, anxiety, sleeplessness, depression, and boredom. And at that time, I was a mother of two and a wife, and I was so incredibly bored with my life. Something awakened within me and said, there's something more for you, there's something more for you. And I began seeking. So I've been on the spiritual path for about 33 years now. And the first thing I did is go to find out who could help me. You know, I started to look around. Who could help me awaken and find out more about myself, more about my spiritual nature? Because up to this point, at 22, the most I was concerned about was providing for my family, being a good wife and mother, how many shoes I had in my closet, and the deepest tan I could get every summer. And as you know, this is temporary. And what happened is I began to look at different areas of meditation. And the restlessness kept growing within me. Now, I was psychic my whole life. Even as a small child, I had gifts from spirit, gifts of clairvoyance and clairaudience. I could see things and hear things that were often really frightening to me, and yet I didn't know what to do with them. And as my soul began to awaken, these experiences became more intense, where I was hearing into the different realms of spirit and the spiritual dimensions. I was seeing things, and I became really frightened. So I sought out spiritual teachers, and I began a very intensive study of yoga and meditation. Because by now, when you're having these kinds of experiences that many of you are having now, because the energies that are coming into us at this time are shaking us up. They're shaking us up. They're making us wake up. And we're now also able to hear and know more that is going on in the spiritual dimensions because the veils are becoming thinner. And so as I began to seek, I decided that yoga and meditation was a good avenue for me because it helped me calm down and also get the connection that I needed to higher beings who could then help and guide me. I became so enthralled with yoga and meditation that I studied it intensely. I'm a very intense person, and everything I do, I throw myself into. And I decided to become a yoga and meditation teacher. And I thought, now I've found it. I've found my higher purpose. I've found my calling. And it was like a big weight was lifted off of my shoulders. But that was just the first step. The yoga and meditation helped me build a very firm foundation for the work that I would develop in the coming years. And after about 10 years of being a yoga and meditation teacher, I began to wonder, well, why do we get sick and out of balance to start with? For now, I had been divorced and working hard to take care of my 2 children, having all kinds of health problems, and at the same time, the intensity of what was going on in my inner world was becoming so frightening to me because I was hearing voices all of the time, and they weren't always nice voices. I was hearing into the astral planes, the planes of existence that are closest to our third dimensional realm. And these planes are full of astral entities. Astral entities are beings, souls like us, who have died but did not go into the light. They didn't go into the light because either they died in confusion or they died with still a strong desire to be here on earth, and they didn't want to go forward. And I'll get into more of that in future shows. So this was becoming really hard for me, and I tried to be as stable as I could with my yoga and meditation. And I started to study all different forms of healing. You know, running around to this healer, to that spiritual teacher, trying to find out what it is within us that is out of balance and keeps us from not only being well physically, mentally, and emotionally, but also what is it that keeps us from being able to manifest and create the lives we truly deserve and desire? What is it? That was this strong driving force. Because I did what you all are doing and have done. I started to read all of the books on spiritual development and learned that with my powerful mind, as I was told I had a powerful mind, I should be able to just focus my thoughts and create with my strong intent. And I tried all of these exercises and found that I wasn't able to demonstrate this ability very much. Perhaps small demonstrations, but nothing as I truly believed was possible. For I had this strong belief that just as we were told by Jesus so many years ago, what I have done, you can do and more. And I went, well, why isn't it working for me? And as I looked around into all of the other forms of spiritual development and healing, I didn't see that it was happening very much for all of these other sincere seekers either. So I begin to study the energy system that we have. And with the help of the guides that I connected with after my many years of sitting in meditation, I was able to unblock my own healing abilities and bring forth a healing method that helped to clear out all of the obstacles that were within my own energy vehicle, as well as those who started to come to me for help. And this is very interesting, for whenever you have a gift or an ability, it is your responsibility to share what you know with others to help them as you've been helped. And so here I am with Cosmic Kick to share with you everything that I have learned along my journey of over 33 years on the spiritual path and 25 years of helping people get unstuck and move forward and also become the empowered spiritual beings that they truly are. Now, in order to understand what is interfering, you first need to know about your energy system. You are much greater than you are aware of. You have a spiritual energy body, a mental energy body, an emotional energy body, and a vital force, etheric energy body. And this energy body is shaped just like your physical body and is the connection to the physical realm. Everything that you have ever experienced throughout all of your existence, this lifetime, past lifetimes, lifetimes in other dimensions, and even on other planets, everything is stored within your energy vehicle. And you have many, many interferences that are keeping you from being fully connected to Spirit, keeping you from being fully awakened and empowered. And these are the things that I want to speak with you about. For through the healing technique, the method that I've developed, I'm going to talk with you more about this after these messages, so stay tuned and stay connected.
Your online community for positive change. Seventh Wave Network.
Are you feeling stuck? Krista Resources has the transformational tools to help you overcome all the obstacles that are blocking you from making positive changes in your relationships, career, health, and spiritual growth. Adrian Wentworth, founder of Krista Resources, brings you the missing keys through the Krista Healing Method and Krista Energy Attunements. These spiritual tools will clear and realign your energy system, remove all influences that are holding you powerless, build permanent protection against outside negative forces, activate your gifts and abilities, and get you in touch with your soul's purpose. Krista Resources, providing support for your personal growth and spiritual journey, helping you stay strong, balanced, and empowered through the challenges of these changing times. For more information on the products and services developed by Adrian Wentworth, visit her website at www.KristaResources.com or call 719-487-8095. The website again is www.KristaResources.com, or you can call 719-487-8095. Everybody is thinking green these days, but green is not just an environmental state of mind, it's a healthier state of being. It's the food we eat, the air we breathe, and the structures we live and work in. It's not the dollars that we're spending, but how we spend those dollars. Are we consciously making informed decisions? Join host Connie McCullough as she explores healthier living by choice. Living Green, Healthier by Choice airs live on the Seventh Wave Network every Thursday afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Tune in in for the challenge of a lifetime, a challenge for greener, healthier living.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Imagine there's no mortgage. It's easy if you try. That's not just a slogan, it's a choice you have right now. In these uncertain economic times, Sherry Shane of Shane Enterprises can empower you to eliminate or reduce your mortgage. Imagine how much money you'll save for your home, your family, for you. Shane Enterprises is a mortgage reduction and debt elimination company. Start imagining the possibilities today by calling Sherry Shane of Shane Enterprises at 719-210-3608. That's 719-210-3608. Imagine there is no mortgage. It's easy if you try.
Awakened Media for a transforming world. Seventh Wave Network.
You're listening to Cosmic Kick with Adrian Wentworth. Do you need help getting unstuck? Email Adrian your questions at CreasterResources@Comcast.net. That's CreasterResources@Comcast.net. Now back to Cosmic Kick with Adrian Wentworth.
This is Adrian Wentworth, and I'm talking to you now about understanding who you are, what you are made up of, your energy system. One of the missing keys that I have found to getting unstuck and moving forward in all areas of life is clearing the energy system of all negative energies. Negative meaning not helpful. All negative energies that you are holding. As I was saying before the break, everything that you've experienced is held within your energy system. So your physical body is just the densest manifestation of who you are. And through healing, through connecting with powerful spiritual healing energies, you can bring out all of the interferences. Now, as I began my healing practice, many, many dear souls came forward to help me learn so I could study and see for myself what it is that is blocking us. Because there is a universal spiritual maxim that says like energy attracts like energy. And so often, the people who would come to me for help have been trying for many, many years to make a positive change in their life, and things just kept staying the same. And they would be thinking positive thoughts, working with affirmations. They would be going to their therapists and counselors and discussing all of their problems and understanding where their problems came from. And yet, their life did not change. And one of the reasons for that is, unless you clear out the old traumas, the old patterns, all of the connections to others who are feeding you negative programs, you will continue to manifest the same as you always have. You have to clear the energy system so it can vibrate at a higher level, and you can now attract to you all of the positive people and situations that you desire. What is held in our energy system is very vast. And throughout all of the years of my healing practice, I've come to learn that it isn't just always our own issues that need to be dealt with. Yes, we have to deal with our issues, but there are outside influences that feed into us that make it very difficult for us to hold positive charge. In other words, you pull yourself up and you say, I'm going to be strong, I'm going to be positive, I'm going to create, and I'm not going to let anything get in the way. And all of a sudden, it seems like there's this dark cloud that comes around you, and the doubt and the fear come in, and you say, oh, what was I thinking? I can't do that. I'll just stay doing what I'm doing. I had that experience also. But I needed to understand, where is it coming from when my intention is so clear? My intention is so clear, and all of you understand the importance of positive thinking and strong intention. You have that one down already. But when it doesn't work, you start to go, it must be me. There's something wrong with me. I'm just not as good as everyone else who is out there just manifesting everything they want. Look around. It's truly not happening in the ways you think. There is so much illusion on our planet. And unless you detach from the illusion, you cannot see what is interfering with you becoming a powerful being of God's light. So I kind of dug in my heels and said, if it is true that we have the ability to manifest because we are God's children, we are beings of light, what is the problem? I found that we have energy hoardings, energy lines that feed into other people and other beings that use our energy. One of the first things that has to happen when you're working on your spiritual development and healing process is you have to find out where your power is. You have to get into your personal power. And those are tough words because there's so much to it. I never, ever just tell people, let me do this for you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to get you past your physical problems. I'm going to get you that relationship you want. I'm going to help you step out of your dead-end job so you can get the career you want. No, my role has been to find out what is keeping you from being in your power and helping you remove those obstacles. And one of the obstacles is courting to others. Now, whenever you've had an attachment to someone or they've had an attachment to you, your energy vehicles come together in what we call courtings, energetic lines. Now, when you are courted to someone, they can easily influence you. You can be trying to hold your own and come forward with a new way of being, and they can be sending to this courting, no, that's incorrect. This is what is right for you. They can be taking your energy through this courting, and you can be doing the same. It goes both ways. So an energetic courting is like an open line between two people or two energy forces that allows energy to flow back and forth. Are all energy cordings bad? Not necessarily. We cord to our children as soon as they are within our wombs. The father cords to the child, the mother cords to the child to start feeding that child energy. And yet what also goes in is all of the old programs that each parent has within their systems. And this may not be helpful to the new spirit coming into physical form. So one of the things that I deal with a lot is helping people disconnect from those who have influenced them in the past or are still influencing them and keeping them from coming into their own power. Cordings are always there between parents and children. And when we remove them, we don't remove any love or anything bonded in a higher vibration. All we remove is the negative, meaning not helpful. So often, between partners, there are cordings. And one partner may be growing very quickly spiritually, and it can be threatening the other partner who says, oh, your vibration is shifting so much, I'm having a hard time connecting with you. And because of that, the cordings start to become very active, and the partner who is feeling left behind often starts to send energy into the partner who is moving forward to pull them back, to pull them down. It is very important now to find out who you are corded to. Sever and cut these cordings that are no longer helpful to you, so you can start to expand your energy system. You can start to create positive changes and not be influenced by those who have a vested interest in you staying the same. I'll be back with more after this break.
Your online community for positive change. Seventh Wave Network.
Are you feeling stuck? Krista Resources has the transformational tools to help you overcome all the obstacles that are blocking you from making positive changes in your relationships, career, health, and spiritual growth. Adrienne Wentworth, founder of Krista Resources, brings you the missing keys through the Krista Healing Method and Krista Energy Attunements. These spiritual tools will clear and realign your energy system, remove all influences that are holding you powerless, build permanent protection against outside negative forces, activate your gifts and abilities, and get you in touch with your soul's purpose. Krista Resources, providing support for your personal growth and spiritual journey, helping you stay strong, balanced, and empowered through the challenges of these changing times. For more information on the products and services developed by Adrienne Wentworth, visit her website at www.KristaResources.com or call 719-487-8095. The website again is www.KristaResources.com, or you can call 719-487-8095. Enlightenment and ascension brings love and joy into your life. Now you can experience the wisdom, humor, and healing of the Ascended Masters as they are channeled through clairvoyant healer Janae Serio. Each week the Ascended Masters will focus on topics that touch and bring healing to your life, relationships, career, and serve to open your heart to be the best person you can be. Tune in to Tools for Ascension with clairvoyant Janae Serio every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Pacific Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on the 7th Wave Network.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Imagine there's no mortgage. It's easy if you try. That's not just a slogan, it's a choice you have right now. In these uncertain economic times, Sherry Shane of Shane Enterprises can empower you to eliminate or reduce your mortgage. Imagine how much money you'll save for your home, your family, for you. Shane Enterprises is a mortgage reduction and debt elimination company. Start imagining the possibilities today by calling Sherry Shane of Shane Enterprises at 719-210-3608. That's 719-210-3608. Imagine there is no mortgage. It's easy if you try.
Awakened media for a transforming world. Seventh Wave Network.
You're listening to Cosmic Kick with Adrian Wentworth. Do you need help getting unstuck? Email Adrian your questions at CreasterResources@Comcast.net. That's CreasterResources@Comcast.net. Now back to Cosmic Kick with Adrian Wentworth.
Welcome back. I was talking to you about the energetic cordings that keep us connected to others and can influence us negatively. Oftentimes people will say, well, Adrian, I've cut those cords. I've cut them many times in my mind. That is not enough. You actually have to be able to release them from the energy system. And I teach techniques to do just this. Now, that's only one interference, one missing key. And throughout Cosmic Kick, throughout each show, I'm going to be sharing with you different tools to help you. And I want to speak with you now and just switch gears a little bit about your connection, because it's so important that you have a very real connection to Spirit, which means that your energy system is aligned in such a way that you have a connection to your own high self, that greater part of you, that God self that watches over the small self, and to the source of all, and to all of the different spiritual dimensions where there are master healing guides, where there are dimensions where different spiritual healing energies dwell. And once you are connected to these dimensions, you can bring these spiritual energies into your energy vehicle for healing, for clearing, for empowerment. Now, one of the first things that happens on the spiritual journey is the awakening. As I was saying, I woke up at 22 and realized there was more to me, and oh yeah, it continues. There are energies that are coming into our planet that are awakening all parts of us, the good and also parts of self that we've held in denial. In other words, I don't ever want to see that again. Because another thing that holds us from being in our power is the past. And oftentimes we are holding experiences from when we misused our power. And now, oh no, I'm not touching power again. I'm just going to stay safe and quiet and get through this one. And I really understand this. For 10 years, I said, I'm just going to be a yoga teacher. And that way I won't get myself into trouble. Understand that the spiritual journey has always been one of coming out of the source, falling into darkness because we were young and naive beings, experiencing darkness, awakening again to our spiritual nature, and now with the wisdom of the experiences, we know what to choose. It happens to every one of us. But because we were naive, we often played in negative energies because it was exciting. We were either seduced into negative practices like black magic, witchcraft, sorcery. It was exciting until we realized that it was not the way of true spiritual power. And when we decided to leave these negative practices, we already had strong cordings to other beings who did not want us to leave because they were using our energy. Negative entities is something that many, many refuse to look at. We hold negative entities within us from these times of being connected. And now some of these negative entities are working very hard to keep us at a low vibration. So we do not shift in such a way that they can't use us anymore. I channeled a book called Divine Intervention, the story of the Luciferian conspiracy and God's solutions, to help everyone understand how negativity came into being, how we got connected to it, and also how unless we disconnect from it, we will never be fully aligned in our power and be able to be co-creators with God. For it is about co-creating. We have to do our part. More about that later. A tool I would like to give to you today is a mantra. Mantras have become a very big part of my work. Mantras are pure vibrational sounds of God. They're in the Sanskrit language, which is the language that is said to please God the most. It's a very ancient, pure language. Now, I'm not a Hindu, I'm not a Buddhist, I'm just a spiritual seeker who has examined and studied all different traditions and found different tools and developed them in such a way that everyone can use them, no matter what religion you belong to or you have no religion. Mantras are empowered to bear fruit for all who repeat them with sincerity of heart and pure intent. So empowered mantras are like living seeds that will assist you with your healing and protection. These mantras are holding the energy of all the great beings of light who have experienced the superconscious states that the vibrations of the mantras represent. Now, most people only think of using mantras in meditation to achieve high spiritual states, yet each mantra has hidden within different levels of power and intent. So mantras will assist to help you clear and release energies that block and interfere with the healing and spiritual growth process. So mantras are powerful forces, and their vibrations are protective. And what they help you do is build your bridges to the higher realms and draw on the power of each mantra. The mantra I want to share with you today is the Panduranga mantra. This mantra connects you to the white light aspect of God's energy, the source of all. And you use this mantra to illuminate all of your darkness, to help you purify your energy vehicle and surround yourself with protective source energy. This mantra is Om Namo Bhagavate Pandurangaya. Panduranga is the white light aspect of God. Om Namo Bhagavate Pandurangaya. And when I do mantras, I often add melody to them to make them flow and make it easier to remember. An easy melody for this mantra is Om Namo Bhagavate Pandurangaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Pandurangaya. The more you repeat a mantra, the more powerful it becomes for you, for it draws on the power to bring God's light not only into your vehicle, but also into the spaces around you. And we use this mantra to help us clear out all negative energies that are in our homes as well, and our offices. Now, because mantras have become such a big part of my work, and they're easy to use, anyone can use them, I've also created a powerful CD of sacred, empowered mantras with beautiful music called Water in the Eyes of Time. And I'll speak with you more about this after this break.
Your online community for positive change. Seventh Wave Network.
Are you feeling stuck? Krista Resources has the transformational tools to help you overcome all the obstacles that are blocking you from making positive changes in your relationships, career, health, and spiritual growth. Adrian Wentworth, founder of Krista Resources, brings you the missing keys through the Krista Healing Method and Krista Energy Attunements. These spiritual tools will clear and realign your energy system, remove all influences that are holding you powerless, build permanent protection against outside negative forces, activate your gifts and abilities, and get you in touch with your soul's purpose. Krista Resources, providing support for your personal growth and spiritual journey, helping you stay strong, balanced, and empowered through the challenges of these changing times. For more information on the products and services developed by Adrian Wentworth, visit her website at www.KristaResources.com or call 719-487-8095. The website again is www.KristaResources.com, or you can call 719-487-8095. Whether you're a baby boomer, a post-baby boomer, or a young up-and-coming, we can guide your stride. Host Cindy Spear will enlighten, educate, and entice you, our listener, to realize that you are in control of your life. No longer will the economy, media, employers, neighbors, or relatives, not even the dog, come between you and your unlimited potential. Tune in to Baby Boomers of Today. Where do we go from here? Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific on the Seventh Wave Network.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Imagine there's no mortgage. It's easy if you try. That's not just a slogan, it's a choice you have right now. In these uncertain economic times, Sherry Shane of Shane Enterprises can empower you to eliminate or reduce your mortgage. Imagine how much money you'll save for your home, your family, for you. Shane Enterprises is a mortgage reduction and debt elimination company. Start imagining the possibilities today by calling Sherry Shane of Shane Enterprises at 719-210-3608. That's 719-210-3608. Imagine there is no mortgage. It's easy if you try.
Awakened media for a transforming world. Seventh Wave Network.
You're listening to Cosmic Kick with Adrian Wentworth. Do you need help getting unstuck? Email Adrian your questions at CreasterResources@Comcast.net. That's CreasterResources@Comcast.net. Now back to Cosmic Kick with Adrian Wentworth.
Welcome back. I'm talking to you about the power of sacred sound, something all of you can do to help clear your energy systems and create powerful fields of protection. For the greatest part, the greatest contribution my healing work has uncovered is the connections that we have to what I call dark force energies. Energies outside of ourself that work against our greater good. And this was just as difficult for me to deal with as it is for all of you, because I had the philosophy, as many of you do, that if you talk about dark energies, you're drawing them to you. You're feeding them energy. And what I found out is, as you start to grow spiritually and your light increases, it is not only the higher, beautiful God beings who see your light and say, hey, now that you have some potential, we've got some things we'd like you to do for us. It is also negative dark force energies that say, we're going to have to work hard to shut your light down. So you do not connect with God, so you do not become powerful, and you do not help free any other beings. Now, this was very difficult, and yet the experiences that I was having was showing me, without a doubt, that these forces existed. For the more that I studied the energy system and would start to find these dark cordings and disconnect people from them, I started to get a lot of attention from negative energy. And I had a lot that could be played on. I had a system that was just as full as everyone else's from the experiences that I've had in my lifetime. And it was tough. What I found out is that not only do we need to be disconnected from these negative forces, but we also need to protect our energy system so they cannot reattach. So permanent protection has also been something that I worked on, and I tried every known form of protection out there, and it all was temporary and not strong enough to prevent the onslaught of negative energies that were being focused on me to get me to stop doing my work. Now, I have been connected and have studied intensely with several Himalayan masters this lifetime. And I would go to these masters and say, what's going on? I thought that darkness couldn't exist. And what I learned is, oh, yes, it does exist, but it's too difficult to deal with, so don't open that can of worms. Well, again, sincere seeker of truth, I had to open the can because how else am I going to reach my goal, which was to connect with God in a real way and manifest as is our birthright. And as I opened this can of worms, the energies that came out were so intense that not only was it making my life difficult, but also those who came to me for help. And then I had to go back to the guides that work with me and say, look, I want to do this. I want to help people free up, but what is the use if when I disconnect them, the energy that comes at them is so intense, they become so afraid, they take back on these old connections. And that's when, after 5 months of retreat, I was gifted with the Krista energy, which is a protective energy. It is cosmic Christ energy in specific vibrations encoded to protect us permanently from all outside forces, to help us awaken to our true spiritual nature and awaken everything within us that is still keeping us out of our power, to help us heal, self-heal, everything that needs to be healed and transmuted within us so we can manifest on the physical plane. Now, this is a huge subject that I am going to get into in the coming weeks because it is the hardest subject to understand. Briefly, we created negative energy. We created it. And now it is our roles to disconnect from it because it has become so powerful that there are such strong illusions within our world and within our inner worlds that we are being kept from truth. Kept from the truth that we are powerful God beings and we do have ability to create positive change. A quote from my book, Divine Intervention: one must see the darkness and the light. One must see it all to be able to properly discern and choose where to focus energy. Ignoring a problem does not make it go away. Look at your world. My children, it is time to take off your rose-colored glasses. Time to widen your range of vision and see what is really going on. Your world is like a movie set that you are mistaking to be real. You must look deeper now to behind the sets and see who is directing the movie. Take back your power and be brave enough to see. That has been my journey. The stumbling blocks that I have found along the way have been very, very large, enormous, and yet those blocks now have been moved aside, and there is a clear path. You can travel this path back to God, back to your own powerful God self, and then bring this energy of God back and through your energy system to create good, to create positive change for yourself and for others in this world. And that has been my purpose. That has been my mission for the past 33 years. Before we close, I want to give a special thank you to my sponsor, Sherry Shane of Shane Enterprises, a mortgage acceleration and debt elimination company. And I'll be back next Monday live at 10 a.m. Pacific Time to give you your next cosmic kick. Until then, namaste. I pray to the divinity within you. May you know peace and only peace.
Thanks again for listening to Cosmic Kick with your host, Adrian Wentworth. Make sure you join us live every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time and 10 a.m. Pacific Time here on the Seventh Wave Network.